like, Meatloaf Bailey, what a PR stunt. Look at me, guys. Yeah, I would do anything for pound notes. And I'm going to sit in a restaurant, and I'm going to look like, oh, I'm proper Chels, and I love Chelsea, and this is all on Siri Merchant Barley. What a load of bollocks.
Cucucucurea, se come una paella. Cucucucurea, se bebe una estrella. Jala, tiembla, que viene cucurea. Jala, tiembla, toma una galleta.
Some people will be like, Benson, shut up. You're an armchair fan. You live the other side of the world and you brown envelopes from the club. First things first, no, I'm not. This is all just flipping rubbish that people come out with because they've got no legitimate argument to come at and say, like, they disagree with an opinion or whatever. It's just cheap. It's pathetic. Either way, I can come out and say this because I've been paid by Chelsea Football Club at times to work on certain projects. And I can tell you now, there is certain things that you just can't say about Chelsea, specifically painting the club in any kind of negative light. The intentions of painting Chelsea Football Club in the best light possible, even if we're losing on the pitch and even if the owners don't know what they're doing and they're alienating the fan base. That's the truth.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy. Just decides to call people out for no reason.
Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it?
So it right, up the Chels, up the Minerals FC, big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Up everyone is doing well and winning in life. First and foremost, I want you all to smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We've got the notification bell ding dong, let's have it right, so you know when we go live. And we got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is pinned at the top of the live chat and down below in the description. Salute to all my Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality, bruv. Let's have it right. So tonight is the Minerals FC sit down. Although we're all fucking standing tall, ain't we? We're standing strong. But we're going to bring on 3 guests onto the Minerals FC. People I know and I trust. We're going to land them at damn Minerals. And I want everyone to greet them in the chat and land your minerals in the chat. And we're going to bring them on and we're going to talk Chelsea. We're just going to land it and land the facts. Rants and facts. Have it right. So big up to Stevie G. We got Sizzler and Cursor. Salute to you all. Generals, bruv. What are we saying? We go to Stevie G first. How are we doing, Stevie G?
Well, Jay, how we doing is, I don't know. I've just picked myself up off the floor after what's been going on with the old nachos merchant. Oh, it's all going a bit, well, you said it was going left with Eunice. I mean, fuck me, we've gone right past left. We're doing a 360 pirouette on ourselves, son.
Well, these lot are digging us further into the mud, into the ground, and they still can't find no fucking minerals, can they? You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, Sizzler. What we saying, my geezer? Lovely to have you on.
Yeah, big up Johnny, big up Stevie G and Cursor and the rest of the Minerals army, as we say. Big up Nick Smith, legend as always on the channel.
Yeah, come on, Nick.
Absolutely love Nick Smith, first and foremost. Let's have it right. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a long-suffering season ticket holder. The standards of the club have just been literally washed away like a fucking beach. And people are just getting used to mediocre. And I'm really surprised how in the last few years we've just declined from being an elite club winning trophies to let's put posts on Twitter about what Enzo's best moment is. So yeah, I want to come on, a massive supporter of you, Johnny, and the channel. I want to chew the fat with you, and let's get into some serious debate about the state of the club.
Love that. Big up to you, Sizzler. We're definitely going to do that, my geezer. And big up to Curse, my G. How we doing?
All good, bro, man. Big up Steve, big up Sizzler, man. Come on. We're all Chelsea up in here. And we can see that there's a decline in the club. Things ain't right. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just poor. Do you know what I mean? These owners have come in and completely destroyed us. Everyone seems depressed. Football's not enjoyable anymore. The game's gone to rubbish. It's crazy, man. But, yeah, big up to everyone in the live chat, all the generals that are there. Come on. You know what time it is.
It's time to land the minerals, bruv. Big up to
Facts.
Brian. He says, best live chat on YouTube. Don't get me at Ohms. 100%. Big up to you, Brian, man. Salute to the chat. Smash the likes. We're going to land it. So, listen, we've got in Stevie G, I mean, absolute Chelsea heritage, bruv. Been around the block, say the least. Been around home, Europe away. You know what I'm saying? Sizzler, season ticket holder. Curse, Chelsea supporter since birth, bruv. When he was in the womb, bruv, he was Chelsea supporter. We all were. But we can all identify and say this is not Chelsea right now. And it hasn't been since these clowns walked through the door. So you guys tell me, Sizzler, let's go with you. You were actually there when I stood up in front of the dugout. That was when we first met, wasn't it? If I remember.
Yeah.
And I said, screamed out, it's not Chelsea against Southampton. We were at home and we lost 1-0. Ward Press.
Yeah, nearly got us kicked out.
Yeah, it sounds about right. In fact, you know what happened after that? They fucking, not only did they stop people going to get a ticket in the dugout, they moved the home dugout to the right side, and not only that, they're charging $5,000 a seat.
It was free. We used to just walk up there, didn't we, and stand behind it. Now it's like 5,000 quid to go.
Yeah,
joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you know what, right? I pay like, I don't know. It works out because of the season ticket. It's the cheapest part of the ground. But where I am is so close to where the £5,000 tickets are. And sometimes I'll go with my lad and his ticket's 15 quid. And then literally there's people 6 seats away paying 5,000 quid. It's a joke, isn't it?
It is a joke.
And for the atmosphere, you've just got people who they're not really interested in the game, really, in many ways. They're just, that area of the ground has just been flooded with tourists in the main. There's a small core of season ticket holder, loads of old boys who get their senior tickets, and they're Chelsea through and through, been going since the 70s, and then the rest of the ground, on any given game, it's just different people, and some of them have clearly paid hundreds and hundreds of pounds for tout tickets to get in, and half of them don't even know what they're watching. And what I was saying to Steve a minute ago, the ones that really frustrate me are the ones who are live streaming to somebody. They're having a chat on the phone and they're live streaming the game, and there's just no atmosphere in the ground when that's what's happening. So also, I'm right underneath where the away fans are. So most away fans in any ground are the core element, and the away fans at every game out-sing Chelsea, really, especially when the form is so poor of the team. The team don't give you anything to really get behind, if that makes sense. So, it's the place has declined significantly since the new owners took over, and enough's enough, in my opinion.
It's interesting about, because there's no chanting and there's no, the away supporters is where you really hear like the Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? At home, it's been like this ever since Tuchel's been sacked. I've seen it. It's just been shocking. It's pockets. There's pockets of chance, but in reality, there's never been a chance for Potter. Pochettino, definitely not. Enzo Maresca's, they've started with his chant. I don't know how that's going now, but if you look at the players we signed, bar Cole Palmer, you know, there is, when we were on a good bit of run of form, as they say, this start of the season, there was chance coming through for the new players. But I see it as there is still no connection, or for me anyway, speaking for myself, I have very little connection to this team, these players, the manager, the ownership. You know what I think of the ownership. But if you're just talking about the players themselves, I think a lot of supporters are struggling to connect to them. I connect to Cole Palmer, don't get me wrong, but I want to give an example, and I want to get what you lot think as well. When Reece James scored that free kick, I felt that kind of like Tuchel era, that I got a glimpse, a feeling of it. You know, when Reece scored that goal, I just felt like it brought me back to when we had a team, like, and we were competing, because it's Reece, you know what I'm saying? And the quality that's shown through, even though he's not fit, you know. And I just look at that and I go, how do these lot expect us to gain any connection going forward if you keep changing like a revolving gun, all the squad? And I want you lot, I want to start off with that, is the connection you guys feel with the club at the minute. Because for me, it's not Chelsea at all.
I don't think we've had any connection with the owners since they come in. They've never addressed us as such. It's always been in a statement or in a conversation to a presser or something like that. There is no connection, and there won't be. I mean, they tried making out that they was going to get in with the fan advisory board, and then we found out they was all underneath their table, bought, and then many of us went and joined the CST, so we thought we would at least have a voice and share our feelings on how the club is going. And then we found out that the person who's in charge of the CST is on the board of the fan advisory board. So they're all bought and paid for. So there is no connect. They've made no effort to connect with us, the same as they've made no effort to connect with Strasbourg. Hence why Strasbourg, being a much smaller club, are far more militant, and they're protesting every single game. They just want them out for some different reasons, I might add, to us, because obviously we're the bigger team. But they are protesting, and they're keeping it real. We need to take a leaf out of their book. I mean, until it's mathematically impossible to qualify for Europe, I can't see any of the fan base that are giving it the glass half full actually waking up and smelling the coffee and getting on board with 3 seasons. They've had their windows. Everything they told us they was going to do, they've not done. And they're not interested in the team on the pitch. They only want the money. They want the profit, and that's it, as a nutshell. We don't matter. The fans and the players that go out wearing the shirt don't matter. We're a commodity. And that's it.
It's facts. All facts, you know.
And that culture,
what about you, Sid? Go on.
That culture drives its way all the way through, from the ownership down to the manager, down to the players, down to the fans, doesn't it? That's the problem. One thing we had with Roman's era was an absolute elite mentality, no surrender culture to break the monopoly of the big six or the Arsenals and the Man U, and that he was going to prove that he could do it. And that culture was instilled in the manager, right through to the players and into the fan base. And that's why it really, the most hurtful thing for me really is that over 3 years, the mediocrity is set in so quickly, where we are, there's nothing to celebrate. And it's not just about winning trophies and only supporting Chels because they win trophies. There's much more to it than that. But to be in the position we were in and to structurally downgrade the sports club, over a 3-year period, and then use an absolute barrage of PR to try and make out that they haven't done that. That's the frustrating thing, really.
Curse, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think time's running out. To be fair, we all know that they're going to take turns after 5 years. Bodie's going to make his 100 million profit, and then they're going to switch positions, and he's going to become the chairman. I just think time's running out, especially everything that's going on in the world. Regardless, do you know what I mean? In regards of fires and all this kind of stuff. I think time's running out, man. I think everyone's just trying to quickly cash in. Do you know what I mean? So it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. And in regards of Maresca and so forth, he's another yes man. Do you know what I mean? He had a little purple patch to begin with. It's hard to demand results from someone like him, who's confined to do what he's allowed to do. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't really have a say, so you can't really expect much. Do you know what I mean? This isn't the Roman era no more. It's basically put up or shut up now. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy times right now, man.
I mean, to me, we've got the PR is what's allowed them to get to where they've got to right now, and even their PR is showing massive glory holes, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have to keep going back to retract and rectify the PR because they've forgotten what they've even said, because they think, oh, we got the fan base all tapped up. They're good to go. We've got them all buttered up. We'll throw in a little sign in here and there. We'll throw in a few rumours that will just take their mind. That will make out like they've got the intent for us to be ambitious and win and compete. When in reality, anyone who knows football, anyone who's watched not just Chelsea, but just football in general, and you've watched the great teams, and Chelsea are in that, right? Where we've had teams that dominate and win. United's, the Liverpools, the look at the Real Madrids and the Bayern Munichs, Barcelona, and you look at their teams, and you look at our team right now, and even if you gave this team 4 years together, they're never going to reach them pinnacles and them levels.
No, never.
So it's like, what are we backing here, bruv? What is everyone backing? You're not bankrolling this money. It's not going in your bank accounts. You're promoting a trophy of, oh yeah, we're sustainable and it's the wage structure's down and we've made loads of money selling all our Cobham players. Great. We got fucking Jackson, with the PR of his off the ball work rate, like Neto, his defensive off the ball work rate, but can only give me 2 fucking GAs since he's joined our club. Jackson's amazing at pressing when we haven't got the ball, but can't fucking hit a barn door. It's like he's a striker. He's meant to score. And I'm not just pinning it on Jackson. I'm just giving it as an example of the PR. It's lunacy, bruv. It's mad that people buy into this garbage. And the reason they do is we all know all the YouTube platforms, all the blue ticks, all the copy and paste merchants, all of the tier 1 journalists, and then the tier 2 journalists and tier 3 journalists, and it all filters down, and it comes down from Jack and the Giant Beanstalk all the way down to the fucking roots, and then everyone's just eating and feasting off it, but you don't know what you're eating, bruv. It's like you're eating out of poison chalice. You think it's the golden ticket. You think that Chelsea have got the remedy to change the game of football and go out there and dominate and dominate with Man City. It's delusion. So how does anyone expect us to be connected to this project? You've been banging on about a project for fucking 2.5 years now, and you've gone through 3 different managers. You've hired and fired different players, and now you're talking about selling players after 6 months. How can anyone trust? Keyword: trust. How can you trust this ownership with their track record? And it's a long enough track record, bruv. When we've had Don Roman come in 1 year, spend the money, next year he's won the Premier League. Then he's won it again. Brings the best players in. Oh, Drogba's not performing, or I'm worried about Drogba. Oh, we'll bring Shevchenko in. Fuck it. We'll just bring him in. Only winning Champions League and landing the minerals in Serie A, we'll bring him in. Excel the levels. Keep the mentality up. Keep the fan base on side. Keep the unity, bruv. There's none of that because that's not the priority. Priority's always been financial. These are equity hedge fund merchants, venture capitalists.
Facts.
And they're using our club as the pawn, the chip. They're going in a casino with the Chelsea FC chip. And they're just throwing it in there, playing roulette. And everyone's going, oh, maybe we're going to hit the jackpot. Maybe we don't. We're just here for the ride. We're just going to trust the fucking Fugazi process. Bollocks. If that's your chips, are you going to be playing this recklessly? No. This is our club, bruv. We love our football club. We are the football club. It's the supporters of the football club.
But
No
the
one
owners
else.
don't give a shit.
They don't.
The owners don't care about us.
No.
You know.
No, it's exactly right. We are a commodity to them. That's why they don't address us. That's why they don't talk to us. And everything that comes out, we are spoken to like customers, hence why we're called it. We simply do not matter. As long as we pay the money for the merchandise and we go to games, that's all they want from the fans. The PR side of things, they couldn't give a shit about. It's just out there as a smoke screen to just shut you all up.
Facts. And that's why it don't make sense.
Right. It's a great point because what they want to do is filter out season ticket holders or old school Chels or the bread and butter supporter of Chelsea, the home and away Europe supporter, right? And the way they're doing that already, they started it with Meatloaf Bowley sitting down as chairman on their fucking on their tickets, their online ticket platform, and they're taking the opportunity for away for season ticket holders to be able to buy an away ticket at 30 quid when they're taking them, making out, I'll go on the virtual room, yeah, and fucking try and get your ticket, have you in there while you're at work, stressing, trying to get your ticket, or take the day off work to get your ticket, all right? And those tickets ain't even there to be got. You're just part of their AI setup malfunction to just keep loading and loading. They've taken the tickets and they're selling them for fucking quadruple the money so that anyone can buy them if you pay your £200, if you pay 150 quid, if you pay 100 quid even. They're getting extra revenue. So they're milking, they want to force out true Chelsea supporters. And I'm not saying tourists are not true Chelsea supporters. What I'm talking about is supporters that dedicate their time and their life and their calendar every year to support their club and their team. They don't want that supporter no more because that supporter is what? Vocal. They don't want that vocal voice from the Chelsea supporters. They want the supporter that's going to come once or twice, spend a load of dough, and then have a conveyor belt of these supporters coming internationally, suits and boots, you know what I'm saying? Willy Wonkas.
Yeah, just boxes. A day out. Just a day out, basically.
A day out supporter. And that's why when Sizzler starts the show saying, you know, there's no, we can hear the away fans more, it's because of that reason. And we've got celebrities in there, and Sancho's looking up. He might as well fucking noshed off while he was looking at her on the pitch, bruv, trying to do dribbles to impress her. You know, it's just mad to me, bruv. And up to this point, let's have it fucking right, yeah. What have the supporters done? Nothing. They just let it go. So
it's about time they found a fucking backbone if they really want to get behind the club, as we do, and as in everyone in the chat wants to do. They need to start finding a voice. They need to get their fucking rhythm and blues on, get down to Fulham Broadway, stand outside, and let's do what we was doing when there was talk about the Super League. Because suddenly there was masses of people coming out, but now we're in a worse position than when we was then. In fact, if we'd have gone into the Super League, then we would be in a better position now.
Yeah. And these owners want the Super League, by the way. They're trying to orchestrate that because of the pound note. But this is fact, Steve, because back in the day, yeah, let's have it right, Steve. You know, yeah, if this happened in the 80s, in the 90s, it's kicking off, bruv. Everything's getting ripped to shit.
Yeah,
right?
People didn't care back then. If you got a ban from the club for doing something you shouldn't do, you didn't give a monkeys because the bigger picture was the club. And if you saw something wrong on the pitch, like when we was owned by the Mears family before Ken Bates, it was kicking off big time because the Mears had owned us for something like 79 years. And we was going right down the drain. And if Bates hadn't have come in when he did at the time, there was a chance that Chelsea would have been no more. We could have ceased trading in like the late 70s. And he saved the club. I mean, he's a pain in the arse guy to deal with. He was hard, he was firm, but he was fair. I mean, I was on the end of his tongue a few times for the wrong reasons. And I paid the price, but I deserved it. You know, I had full respect for him. The way we are heading now is we're nobody. We're no longer a threat. You look at clubs like Nottingham Forest. They've come out of nowhere. They even had a points deduction. And where are they now at the moment? They're sitting above us and they're landing it in their first phase?
First phase, Steve. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Exactly. So they're there proving it can be done if you've got the correct mentality. And then you've got Man City, who were absolutely in the gutter, who are now 2 points behind us and likely to pass us, and nobody would blame them. And what are they doing to rectify their situation? They're going out there buying quality players. Who are we going out and buying? We're getting tossers like fucking Kellyman that no one's seen. You know, Keane and Dewsbury Hall and all that. Maresca's right-hand man at Leicester, who's in the window. Everyone in this club is for sale. All it needs is the right offer, and then Egg Barley's in his private jet, and he's over there for a sit down, and he'll buy another new flat up Mayfair. It's bollocks, mate.
And do you know what? That if they sell the club, which they can do, there's no clause that they can't sell for 10 years. That's all PR. Go and prove it. Right? No billionaire locks himself in for 10 years, not knowing what the future holds with business, especially. Yeah. No one does that. It's just unheard of, bruv. All right. But they can sell the club. They'll double, if not over double their money. Yeah. All right. If they sold the club. And I'm telling everyone now straight up, and you lot know it, right? But people out there don't see it. We are in need of a fucking rebuild after spending 1.5 billion, and we're going to spend more. And the damage,
crazy, bro.
The damage that is done to this football club. I'm talking about a rebuild in terms of bring us back to where Roman left us, at least.
Yeah.
Right. That's not even us winning Premier Leagues back to back and all that. Just to have us a Champions League team and relevant. We're not relevant no more. The media's making us relevant with all the PR, but eventually the PR dries up.
Yeah, it's going to wear off.
Time runs out, right, as person said. So if you're not relevant, you're not competing, and you need to go back in the market, and Matlow's just come out today saying we have to sell players in order to buy one big player, then that tells you you're not changing your model. You're just trying to keep everyone sweet on board, because the reality is there are too many players that you bought that you cannot get all your money back for. So you have to advertise them at Chelsea and put them in the shop window until you get that money back. And these, like I say, everyone at this club, bruv, like, is a yes man. Everyone. You know, people like Neil Bath don't leave for no reason. You know, your directors, Marina, and all these people, they don't leave for no reason. Petr Cech didn't decide to leave on his own accord for no reason. People know this project's not for football.
And ain't Tommy T linked up with a few people from Chelsea as well for the England squad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got Chelsea staff in his back room
Yeah.
at England.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're elite. But we can't have them at our club. We can't keep them at Chels. How does that make any sense? Why
Everybody elite.
can't we have Neil Bath scouting for us when we had the best academy that he was running? Yeah. Why do we need to use an AI scouting network for fucking what?
Because that's the future.
The future's bright, but the future ain't orange no more, is it?
No, and the way it's going, it won't be fucking blue either.
It's not going to be blue either. And I tell you this now, Simon Jordan with his 1-to-1 merchantry, how did that go? 1-to-1. We should have a 1-to-1 Simon Jordan, and I can mudge you. You wouldn't
you
let
can
me on
fuck off.
Talksport. Yeah? You're in
He
the
was only
pocket.
ever a
of
Palace
Burnley.
mug anyway.
Facts. Human commodity FC, Tom says, is facts.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Bang on,
You know?
Tom.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just at this point now where, like, I just get rattled. I'm always rattled. I don't enjoy watching Chelsea. I don't believe in fuck all. I know what a football team, an elite football team looks like. We've had Balaks, Essians, Terrys, Lampards, Drogba's, fucking Hazards, and you're bringing me wedding halls, fucking LAVIA is just who I rate. Don't get me wrong, but he's still unproven, and he's too much. He's always in the A&E, bruv. You know, you brought me Gusto, telling me Gusto's better than Reece James. You're fucking long way from Starbucks. You brought me Sanchez, third choice goalkeeper from Brighton, yeah. And I've had Courtois, I've had Petr Cech, bruv. I've had Dimitri Karin, son. You know what I mean? Like, you're bringing me this guy. What are we doing here?
Johnny,
Jackson,
do you think they should bring back the wing-back system, though?
he's not going to change his mod. He's not going to change his way of playing.
But he needs to, though.
He won't. He can't.
He's
not
stubborn.
working.
The Leicester fans told us all that he is so set in his ways, he will not listen. He is
He's
stubborn
another
to the
Ainge.
point. Yeah, he would rather throw a game than change his formation. That's him.
He's already thrown them.
He's fucking 80-minute substitutions, bruv. I mean, come on, man.
He's just like Postecoglou. He's got a one mindset. He will not switch from it or deviate.
This guy, bros.
I actually don't think we're playing any different, largely, to how we played last year.
Exactly.
Under Poch.
No,
Yeah,
much
Poch
different, is
inverted.
it?
Poch inverted Cucurella.
What's
Do you
different?
remember when he started inverting him?
What's different? I mean, when Tuchel came in, yeah, we had one game when we drew 0-0. He changed the formation, and within 3 or 4 games, we had an identity, we had a way of playing, we had a manager with some passion on the sideline who could impact the game during the game to change the game. Yeah. But ever since we've had Jellyfish, Potter, Poch, they're all the same.
That's because they're not elite, Sizzler.
They're
You know
not.
what I mean?
They're not.
But they're also dictated.
What's Bruno Mars doing nowadays?
Who?
Bruno Mars.
Yeah, Bruno Mars. Fuck.
What's he doing nowadays?
Yeah,
He's at
Bruno.
what's his name, isn't he? He's at West Ham, I think.
Oh, is he?
Jellyfish Potter, yeah. They're all there.
Jellyfish
They're all there.
ain't going to be Jellyfish Potter at West Ham, bruv. He's going to be fucking iron hot, bruv. I'm telling you. He's going to be strong, bruv. Like a hammer. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
He's
Don't
a
write
good
him
boy.
off.
Yeah, well, I mean, me and Johnny were spoken about Potter. He's a clever guy. He's a likable guy. He just could not get anything
not
out of
elite.
Chelsea because he was under the thumb.
Yeah.
He's not. You know, someone who takes. I've said it before. Someone who goes Swedish league, goes up all the divisions, then goes to Brighton, and he was the catalyst to where Brighton are now. Like, they've replaced him. Don't get me wrong, but the model was built with him. He's a very clever guy, bruv. But he said on the podcast when he was interviewed after we never heard him because he was in a straitjacket in Clown Lake's padded room, bruv, because he was NDA'd up to his eyeballs and fucking he wanted his payout. You know, since he's come out with that podcast, he was saying they don't listen. Basically, I'm not saying he said this word for word, but in other words, when you listen to him, you can tell he's saying they didn't want to take what I say. I had all these players coming in, coming out. It's like 50 Cent, 50 Cent, bring him in, bring him out, bring him in, bring him out, come and go. You know what I mean? It's like fucking, it
Like
was
on
just
loop.
in and out, bruv, like slosh pots, like, it was mad. So, if you listen to him and if you actually paid attention to him and took his advice, you could actually build with him. But we were told, well, we'll back him, Potter, we trust him. No, he was a perfect guy at the perfect stage in his career to
Yeah,
not
he
turn
set the
down,
bar. He set the
to
bar.
not turn down the biggest club in London, the biggest job for him that he'll ever get in his life. All right, with the biggest paycheck on 5 years of 12 million. All right, he's not going to turn that down, and it'll be do as you're told, not as I do mentality, which is what these Americans wanted. And they'll use all the PR to manipulate everyone and believing he will do the job. At West Ham, however, they need a restructure. They know what their club is at a level where it ain't elite like Chels. So they've got all the time in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? They've had David Moyes who plays anti-football but win them a Conference League. You know, now they've got a manager that's going to bring a brand of football and he will do well. And the owners will spend some sort of money. So don't mock the geezer in thinking this guy's just going to fail at West Ham. He will be given time, and the supporters, once they start seeing a pattern of play and a direction, you know, they're going to warm to him. And Chelsea are not that club at the stage these owners come in to accept a manager like that when we've had Thomas Tuchel, you melts, who's an elite gaffer.
The thing is, like, when you manage, and this goes to the decline of the club, this is a good example. When you're managing Brighton and West Ham and fucking Leicester, you can lose games. You can win one, you can lose one, you can draw one, you can have a little run. Jellyfish Potter came to Chels, he shit himself after 5 games. He's got the world's media on his back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Baying for his blood. So we used to have elite managers who could cope in the melting pot that is the top of football, and a real evidence of how we are downgraded is the managers we've got. I've got no against any of the guys we've brought in, but they're just not Chelsea level.
Because there's different levels to this, man. While they were blowing bubbles, we were winning championship leagues, we were winning Champions League and shit like that. Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
Brighton have never won a trophy in the whole history of the club, have they?
No. But they're copying their model because it makes money. It's a cash cow, isn't it?
The biggest underlying effect of what's going on at the club is Clearlake, or the Clowns, haven't changed what they did from day one to today. They are still doing exactly what they did when they first come in. They're not interacting with us. They're not interacting with football media. They're only interacting with business style media because that's the level they're on. They honestly don't care. So as long as they can flip players and make a little bit of profit to keep everyone happy in the boardroom, that's exactly what's going to happen.
You know what confuses me though, yeah? With this Bowley guy. So he basically bought I think he's Japanese. He plays for the Dodgers. And he's like, what? Is he on like a $700 million contract or something like that? So they've got money to spend on big players, basically. So why
they won't do it
at Chelsea? I don't understand.
It's the return. If they can't make enough money on what players they're buying in, then they can't see the bigger picture for flipping them for profit. Hence why they only want unproven kids, hoping they will turn good or they immortise what fee they pay for them to write it off on the books so they're not in such demand. They don't care. This is the biggest thing. We care about the club. We can't understand.
So with that said, then, what do you think happens with Palmer?
Palmer's the perfect example of what they want. That's what they want. They want that player and to sell him for big dough.
But when do you think they're going to let him go? Because he's already, I mean, he's young as hell. Do you know what I mean? So he's he's landing it basically. He's our best player. You might as well say. Do you know what I mean? He's proven.
If an offer came in now for 150 million quid, Palmer will be gone before the January window closes.
And then who do you replace him with?
Well, they got Kendry Pires. They got
Mike Goo.
Mike Gooey. They got fucking. We got Sancho Neto, guys. Don't worry. Yeah,
exactly. They don't care.
I reckon 100 million. I reckon 100 did sell him.
No, they want more. Yeah. I reckon more.
They want that. They want that. Lamal Yamin money.
Yeah,
but if you're talking buying like real fucking, top draw kids, Yamal is a prime example of that. A Cole Palmer is an example of that. But you can't do that for every position. You can't. And a lot of these clubs won't even let them go anyway because they've got their academies that know what they're about. And even if you do take them, right, you're not putting them into a team where they can actually elevate and develop to the highest level because they're not playing with similar level players. They're playing with lesser. Cole Palmer's playing with a lot of lesser quality than what he is, and he knows it. So if you put Cole Palmer in Man City's team right now, they could have done with him, but would he be their best, most elite player? No.
No way. That's why the PR floating around.
Palmer's a prime example.
But to be fair,
De Bruyne,
to be fair, though, Johnny,
Chelsea.
To be fair, in regards of Cole Palmer, him coming from Man City, and everyone, they praise Pep's, what he does and so forth. Palmer wasn't there enough to play enough. So when we got him at a good time. But I feel like with Pep, certain players under Pep can only play under his way. If you see some of them play for the national squad, they can't play.
I think there's two things here. I think they knew about the charges and they probably thought they wanted to keep Palmer. They wanted to keep Palmer. Pep wanted to keep Palmer. And he said to him, just hold out, all right? I'm going to have the right position. But what happened was they bought Doku. And Doku, if you know about him, he's a right-sided player. So when Cole Palmer saw Doku come in, he thought, oh, fucking hell, am I going to get to play minutes? When in reality, he plays Doku on the left. And they do need Cole Palmer on the right. Now, they got, what's his name? Oscar Bob, all right, who I think is a real top talent, all right? And he plays on the right if you watched him. So
Oscar Bob, he patterned us up the last time we played.
He did.
Yeah.
So I think Pep looked at it like, ideally I want Cole Palmer, but I know I've got Oscar Bob there. Do you know what I mean? So they thought, all right, we'll get the pure profit. It was a deadline day deal. Cole Palmer said, I was asking the kit man, have they done a deal or something? Do you know what I mean? So Cole Palmer was happy to stay and go. He wasn't like, oh, because it's Chelsea, I'm coming.
Yeah.
That Cole Palmer, let's have it right. When people say Cole Palmer FC, it is that for himself.
Yeah.
He's playing for himself. A lot of these players in our team, if you notice, they're playing for themselves and their careers. They're not playing for the club and the team.
Yeah.
Because they know behind the scenes that they are an asset, that they're getting treated like shit. They're watching other players like Chilwell, Caliber, Gallagher.
Chilwell's been treated like shit, man.
Everyone's getting treated like shit. So they're thinking, I'm not safe. No one's safe. There's no one safe in this team. Just like, oh, fucking hell, do I want to be here? Look at NKUNKU, man. NKUNKU's played Champions League football, scoring a hat-trick against fucking City. I swear he did, right? Yeah? And now he can't even get in the team because of Jackson. You know what? Like Felix. And now we're looking to sell Felix. Felix, like I said to Eunice on my stream before, is the type of player you buy when you show intent.
Yeah.
And we're trying to sell him after 6 months, bruv.
No, he should be playing now. Palmer should be back on the right where he was doing so well.
Facts, Steve.
Felix should be there supporting front man. And I would just say, bench Jackson for fuck's sake. He's missing left, right, and centre. 100%. And just throw Goo on there. I mean, he may not be the best player, but at least he's a striker and he does give it a bit of badge when he is playing. And if it doesn't work, then swap him for Jackson. Whatever it takes. But this is what I'm saying about Maresca's mentality. He won't change things up.
Because Steve,
The
I
model.
think these players are not stupid and they've come from top academies, yeah? All right. And they know football and how it is with the hierarchy, the gaffer respecting you know what I'm saying? The levels, yeah?
Yeah.
Being a footballer. It's not ridiculous to say that these players have clocked on that Enzo Maresca ain't fully in charge. Right? Because the players sensed that with Poch, the players definitely sensed it with Potter.
They know.
Our senior players that won Champions League knew it with Potter. Knew it. So instantly, if you're a player, you're not going to respect that. You're going to look at that gaffer and go, well, hold on a minute. Are you telling me this or are they telling me this? Who's my gaffer here? Right? And if you see him in the media talking about Chalobah, for example, and then he's saying what he's saying now about Chalobah, like, oh, we had to let him go because of FFP, but before it wasn't, oh, he can't play my style of football, and we've got Tosin and that. Yeah. Like, what are these players are humans, right? They're not fucking stupid. They know the shit show at this football club, but it's the PR that's covering it up.
And NDAs, they're not allowed to talk.
They can't talk. They're not allowed to speak, bro. No one can speak. So it's the PR. The journalists are speaking for representing the players, but only representing the club and their agenda.
I'm still waiting on that Thiago Silva statement.
Yeah, mate. Well, Bella Silva, man, she's gone quiet, bruv. Like, love her, and I love.
Yeah, I think they've gone quiet because of the kids.
Yeah, the kids are at Cobham, so they can't say shit.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but it will come to a point where they will speak out.
Yeah,
they will speak out. They love the club. They love the supporters. They respect the supporters, bruv. They will speak out. And she spoke out enough during the season when the player was there. And what happened? Thiago Silva got benched for how many games? And the people were going, oh, drop Thiago Silva. Yeah? And this is what was leading to me about how they're so focused on the supporters online. And when you have Chelsea, Dodgers, Pies and Mash, and they all tweet, what do you think about this player? Oh, would you prefer this player? Would you prefer to keep this player or sell this player, right? They do all these polls, yeah? Right? It's no different to when they see a narrative being put out like, play Felix, play Neto, why are you not playing this player? Why are you not playing that player? Oh, bench Disarcy. Have you not noticed a pattern and a trend with the team lineups after this narrative's come out from the supporters online? That he actually makes those changes, bruv. He actually dropped this
it creates algorithms. That's why.
Algorithms, right? Yeah, facts. Algorithms have been created by the supporters. They are listening to the supporters to try and keep on board. When in reality, the gaffer should say, "Fuck you! I do what I do." Like Roman didn't give a shit. No disrespect to us, yeah, as supporters, but did Roman give a toss about what we said? No. He didn't say nothing. He didn't care.
We're a long way from
Jose,
bro.
Jose, when he sacked Jose, I was fucking. Oh, you know.
I think we all were.
Yeah, but and still, even Roman, as ruthless as he is, he brought Jose back.
Yep. And he bought,
That's when you truly
him a car and all that as well, didn't he? As a
yeah.
What
apology have we heard? I'm asking you all. What apology have we heard since these clans have come in, or all the fuck ups, all the mistakes that they put on?
We never hear nothing from them.
Nothing.
That's the whole
all we
point.
get called is customers, right?
Yep.
Treated like customers. Well, the customer's always right.
Yeah. We don't even, let's face it, we don't even really get treated like customers. We are a commodity. We're an object. We're a source of income for them. That is all we are. And when all of the fans finally wake up and realise that, we might actually get somewhere and hurt them in the only place it can be hurt, and that is their public profile. In their face, you hurt them online. You hurt them by standing outside their business, calling them out, by bloody protesting. You know, if we can't mathematically get Europe come the end of this season, I want to see fans outside the bridge. If we don't, then you've basically killed our club and you're no better than what they are.
Facts. This is what needs to happen. but you lot have been part of the Minerals FC, yeah, since day one, right? The journey that we've been on, yeah, is and to where we are now. And people think, oh, it's just because we've fallen out of the top four and this, that. No, like it's the way they're treating players, and you expect us to build a connection with these players in this team, and you keep just.
You know what it is, Johnny? It's not even a roller coaster ride. It's fucking tunnel vision. These owners know exactly what they're doing. You could see it, and now all of a sudden you got Burmo's fucking twin brother, the 10% discount merchant, finally trying to speak up on certain things. And when I told him, he told me, "Raw, come and watch your channel if that's how I feel." Bruv, why are you calling shit out that's like 2 years old, 2.5 years old? We already know this from Johnny. Do you know what I mean? All of a sudden, you come out and say something.
What did he say to you, Cuz?
He said, "Oh, if that's how you feel, then go and watch his channel."
Yeah. He's still crying when I called him out because he went on. I'll show you actually. He went on Talk Sport as a set-up gig by none other than, where is he, the little fucking wrong'un? Where is he?
Under a rock.
Goldfish. And big up my Chelsea old boy there in the comment. But they said, go and watch it. Tuchel can't coach an attack. Can't coach an attack, bruv. Yeah, Tuchel. We won us Champions League, bruv. The agenda was there. This was when the agenda was starting, yeah? 3 major honours with Tuchel, 13 months, yeah? Let's have it right, Gaffer, yeah? But the agenda started there, and I knew what was coming. Do you remember, guys, watching the channel, yeah? You knew it was coming. You knew that they were feeding that agenda on TT. Every platform was pushing this narrative towards him, right? Because they were scared. The media didn't want Chelsea with a new ownership to keep an elite gaffer. And the ownership didn't want him anyway because they already had a plan of what they're going to do to this football club. So it played into the hand perfectly for everyone to feed an agenda on Tommy T and then bring us fucking Jellyfish Potter. I can't forgive him for it.
If TT was still our gaffer, yeah, he's a problem. He's a problem solver. First of all, yeah, different levels. Yeah, there's no way NKUNKU would be up for sale if he was still our gaffer.
Nope.
He would know how to put him in there and have him play alongside Palmer.
It changes formation if he needed
100%.
That's what elite gaffers do. They mix things up. They don't wait until the 82nd minute like the other day and pull on a substitution where he hasn't even got time to sort of get some mud in his boots. It's pathetic.
I don't know if like certain people are watching the same game, but when I see NKUNKU play, he runs into mad positions where he's able to get in there and score a goal at least. Like, but nobody passes the ball to him. Like, I don't know if they've been instructed not to do it, but he gets into spaces and you can see his body language. He's like, "Bro, why didn't you pass to me?" Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's that guy, trust me. And NKUNKU, he's a baller, bruv. Do you know what I mean? This guy's world class, bruv. In my opinion, anyway. I think he's world
exactly,
class.
Curse. The problem is he's playing with players who haven't got the same mentality as him. He's playing with kids.
Yeah,
basically that. Yes, 100%. They're youngsters. They don't have the experience. They haven't won anything.
Exactly. They don't know. They haven't got that intuition. It's like Jackson. He actually works hard and he puts in a good shift in games, but he's not a striker.
Yeah, he's not a striker. That's why he's not clinical.
Yeah.
You know, I would happily have him in my team as a squad player.
Yeah.
But I'd probably have him maybe on the left and leave him there to support a decent striker.
Yeah.
So what you've just all said is we've spent 1.5 billion and we've misprofiled signings.
100%, Johnny. 100%. 100%.
Well, if you look at it this way, right? I don't want to talk about other clubs so much, but if you look at Newcastle have spent net 300 million in the last 3 years. That's their expenditure. And if you look at their team, you've got a situation where you've got young players, you've got experienced players, You've got, they went out and bought Hall and Livramento from us. They bought Anthony Gordon. They've got some real battlers, experienced in Guimaraes in the midfield. They went out and bought a top striker. The Saudis are in it not just to make money. They're in it to become successful as well as
like
make
City.
money. So the culture,
It's bragging rights for the Saudis.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though, Sizzler? You know what's crazy, yeah? You know what's crazy is the fact that with the money that we spent, yeah, it seems that they needed to, I don't know if they needed a software update on their AI system or what, but how comes we didn't buy these players that we're asking for now a few years ago? Why didn't we buy Isak ages ago? Gilchrist ages ago? How comes they didn't show up on the AI system?
It's a great point, Curse. Why didn't it show up?
And also, look, the only decent signing, really, elite level signing, let's have it right. I mean, there's been some okay signings around the side, is Palmer. And they fluked Palmer, didn't they? Deadline day, they saw an opportunity. They thought, well, we'll have this kid here. There was no scouting. And also, the other thing is, right, if you look at the players that Chelsea have released, I think there's a Chelsea player at every club in the Premier League, right? At the moment. So the players that we've got rid of in the last 3 years, you could arguably build a team with those players that would be as good, if not better, than the players we've got, other than Cole Palmer.
If you're going to embarrass yourself and go back and go and get a Chalobah, go and get your Rudiger, go and get your Kante. Go and get the players who are elite.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And you know the worst thing about it is I saw that Chalobah is like the bottom of the pecking order in his position. They've got Tosin above him. For what?
Who Maresca doesn't rate, and they're trying to flog off to Brighton because he was on a free transfer.
How are you gonna put Chalobah at the bottom of the barrel, bro? Come on.
And what's going to happen is the likelihood, do you think he'll come back to Chelsea and sit on the bench and get 10 minutes?
100. Listen, do you know what they'll do? Do you remember, I think was it pre-season when they gave him the captain badge?
Early on, one of the first games.
Yeah. So they'll bring him back. They'll probably do some shit like that, promote him and sell him. He'll be gone.
I know, 100%. They've brought him back to sell him.
Yeah.
He knows, Trev knows, he's going. Trev has got no say in whether he can stay at Palace or not.
Apparently, Trev didn't even want to come back.
No, he doesn't.
Who could blame him? Nah. The thing is, Trev could still be sold within the next couple of weeks. Now he's not on loan. We've got to be realistic to that. Palace could say, yeah, we want him now, and they could sell him straight back.
It could be a big PR stunt, couldn't it? Get him in a Chelsea kit, get him training. Yeah. Palace could sell one of their players, ripple effect, and he could be back at Palace before.
Let's have it right. Palace can't buy him if he's on loan to them.
Yeah.
Is it? So these lot are happy to take the noise about them being embarrassed, when in reality, what did Matt Law come out and say? As soon as we recalled him, he says it's likely that Chalobah will be sold in the summer, but he's happy to help the club and the club are happy to help him. That don't sound like you're happy to bring back a player that you want to help, you want him to help our team and be there for the future. You just want him for his pure profit. That's all you want him for. It's a disgrace, bruv.
He's been treated like shit, man.
Absolute disgrace how he's been treated. And people... They're going on like, oh, they're all bothered about it. They weren't bothered when he was treated like that. We were on here landing it, bruv, going against that. They were exiling him. He said, and I will never forget that. He's not taking
him on the tour in America and dropping him and not giving him a shirt number and all that.
They broke his heart.
And they've taken his 14 number as well, which is to do with his mum, yeah? All right?
Yeah.
And on top of that, you took Sterling on pre-season, called him a Swiss Army knife. Right, Enzo did, Swiss Army knife. The ownership want a Swiss Army knife for you to pay half his wages to loan him to Arsenal. Make it make sense, please, mate.
Swiss Army knife. Ain't that supposed to be Vega?
Yeah. Well, they don't. Apparently, they want Swiss Army knives so they can play all different multiple positions, but they're fucking getting rid of every Swiss Army knife that they got in the squad.
Yeah, because apparently they're blunt.
Yeah, we can't sharpen them.
Yeah. Clear Lake's Swiss Army knife is very woke. That's all I can say.
Yeah. All this woke nonsense, bruv. Get in the bin. Get in the bin, bruv. Yeah.
It just
Birkin bags are getting flown about all over the gaff.
Yeah. Well, this is it. I mean, when you was on stream earlier with Eunice, and you was talking about potentially being tapped up as well by the media companies and all that, it sort of resonated with me because I've not really got a public profile, and even I was asked if I wanted to put out some PR on X. So they're looking around, they're sniffing. So watch your inboxes, guys, because the brown envelopes are flying around on their little Red Bull wings.
Mate, they're trying to set us. They come to me and Eunice, bro. There's no coincidence with that. There's no coincidence. You know, Eunice is the only YouTube platform that comes on my channel, and I've had Gunny on recently. Big up with Gunny, yeah, so have it right. But he's not even doing his channel, but Eunice is, and
yeah,
what, you just come to me and Eunice? There's plenty of other brown envelope platforms out there you can go to. If you want to hear what
you guys have got nothing to hide, so the other ones will probably be bigging it up, giving it chest. Oh, I've been approached. How many of them would have accepted? And suddenly their narrative is going to change.
People need to realize that it's not on. You can bring in whatever manager you want under this ownership. It's not down to them. It's down to what the ownership tell them to do. So you can say, well, why hasn't he made a sub? Why hasn't he brought this player on? Why did he play this formation? It's not up to him. So
yeah, because he's got a buzzer on his left bum cheek, Curse, that tells him when to make subs and what to play.
Literally. I mean,
mate, bum cheek, it's up to his rectum.
He's smuggling it. He's smuggling
exactly, mate. I bet it lights up.
That's why he's smuggling the team sheet. He's smuggling the team sheet. Yeah.
He's sitting there. Sometimes you see him like in the old chair on the touchline, and suddenly his crotch closed. And you know fine well he's being buzzed by Egg Barley.
Yeah,
he's got those South American links.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Esteval, when he comes over here, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. He's doing squats in the gym a lot more than usual.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, apparently he's bulked up.
He's fucking...
Those are just packages.
Come and try on your kit in my office.
Oh,
bit of desk action, bruvs.
100%.
He might put Morse code in vibrations, bro.
Exactly. He won't be tapping on his phone, mate. He'll be tapping his backside.
Oh, mate. Fucking hell, bro. And then they say, like, Pep come out and said, oh, you can't win nothing with kids. Yet we've got Pep's disciple who's all he's getting is served up his kids. I mean, so, how's it supposed to work, mate? Listen, Enzo, do we think, right, that Enzo's going to do what Poch did? Do you think he's going to turn? I think he will. I think
he's
might.
Italian, mate.
Yeah. I've
yet to see an Italian that hasn't got a defensive mind as well, which is a shock. Maresca, for me, is the first coach, manager, whatever you want to call him, that doesn't seem that fussed at the moment about the defence, which is unusual. Italians are known for their defence. So this tells me he's being told what to do because it's just wrong. It's not in the DNA. Even Ranieri, he was known as the Tinker Man, and many times he would play different 11s from one game to the other. But even he was defence-minded, and the Italians are passionate. So for him to sort of suck eggs through a straw, I'm not having it. It's all bollocks.
I think the likes of Maresca is the way we play. We have no leaders at the back. The whole of the defence is shit, really. Collectively, we've let so many goals lay on in, haven't we? Which is a classic sign of lack of leadership. Collectively, our defence is shit. I think.
No mentality.
Do you know, sometimes I think the game's rigged. I feel like they're told, just because in certain contracts there's bonuses if you score this amount of goals, if you do this, if you do that. And sometimes I feel like because the owners are fucking stingy, they're like Scrooges. they're not trying to pay that out. So you miss that chance.
They don't want to bring Petric back because his salary increases.
Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, I think that's what it is. I feel like they're just told, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. Don't if it's an open goal, just miss it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes that's what's going on.
Fuck me, that must be the case with Jackson then. Jesus, you man.
You know why?
Billionaire Jackson, isn't he?
Jackson had Phillips doing a comeback.
Be buying the club soon.
Jackson's missing because he's missing Sloshpot Wet because she's gone off the radar.
He's got two other options though, Johnny. He's got Lily Phillips and he's got Bonnie Blue.
Yeah.
She's a blue.
She's like a glazed donut walking down the street, isn't she? Yeah. Krispy Kreme donuts all round in the Stamford Bridge in the dressing room, bruv. Half time talk. Bring them in, get them out. Yeah, fucking glazed donuts.
Yeah.
Enzo Maresca, Britt lets in Kerry Eamonstanley, Stuart Little, and Bowley.
You know what, low key, I think that glazed stuff is. I think she's parted ways and she's gone to Tottenham because if you saw Pedro Porro the other day, he was ice skating.
Pedro Porro, mate.
Yeah. Rumour has it Sloshpot's got a bun in the oven because she was done through the glory hole in Egg Barley's office.
Yeah, well, there you go then. Joe Shields.
Exactly, little Mr. fucking 1-inch Winkle Dick.
Joe Shields says, "Yeah, I'll play Johnny Sins. Let me get in there. I signed us Cole Palmer. I'm Ice Man."
Joe Shields, no Johnny.
Yeah,
Suck him in,
I bet he's got his face shield on, mate. With the amount of glaze that's going to be spraying about.
Bruv,
she's just a cum shot Chelsea. You know what I mean?
Rancid dripping, mate.
But listen, do you think, right? Let's be on a serious note, yeah. Do you think if Enzo Maresca was given
the keys,
a Bastoni, a Diogo Costa, an Osimhen, players with experience and a spine, and listen to him?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yes, 100%. Before you even say it, yes. Do you know why? Even though he bottled those points at Leicester, they still won. They still was top of the table. And I think if he had the proper players, he could do the same. You got to remember, when he first started at Chelsea, this is his first Prem team, right? And he got us to where he did. We was having a fucking fun time last year. Do you know what I mean? But the players are young. They're inexperienced. If you give him some experienced players, this won't happen.
It's too much of a circus. Tommy Collins asked, what top player will listen to a Championship manager? Well, there are no top players at our football club right now of like experience and generals, veterans. There's none of that. So he hasn't got to deal with that anyway. Has he? Who's he got to deal with?
No, this is it. I mean, like you said earlier about James. When James got that goal the other day, and it gives you a flashback.
Yeah,
that's because we have been missing pedigree for so long. Even a broken James, and let's face it, he's a long way from being James we all remember. He still landed it, and he was showing what basically we're missing, which was that little bit of chest, that little bit of heart, that bit of love from the club. I mean, there's very few which are wearing a Chelsea shirt at the moment, which you could actually say deserve to be where they are. They're there for wages, end of.
Yeah. Did you? And also, James, did you notice? Yeah, he was well off the pace, obviously.
Yeah.
But did you notice when he bombed it forward that time? I think he did lose the ball, but you could see like he had that drive within him to make something happen, to take leadership. That fight. And you knew he said to Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer, "This is my fucking free kick."
Yeah.
And he owned it, bruv, and he landed the minerals. Yeah. Like, he is, whether you think he's not captain level in an elite side, let's say.
That's only because he's not vocal.
Because he's not vocal, but I actually think in terms of what we got right now in our squad, he is Mr. Chelsea. he is the face of Chelsea because
Colwell
there's no
was a
one.
fraud.
Well, it definitely ain't fucking Enzo.
Colwell.
Oh, Colwell, yeah, fucking hell, he's nowhere near it.
Because he's trying to give it a big and that he's Mr. Chelsea because he's,
He ain't.
you know, from the academy and all that. But he's nowhere near it. He's, you know.
Bruv, he couldn't even handle the number 26 on the back of his shirt, bruv. Couldn't handle it, bruv. Can you handle it? No, he can't handle it. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, right?
Koulibaly.
Yeah, Koulibaly couldn't even handle it. And this guy's meant to be a giant from Napoli, bruv.
Fucking
you
Bambi.
Know? Come for a year and then had a little holiday in London and then fucked off, you know? Like everyone forgets that, but he was the pop the cherry version, wasn't it, of this byproduct, this model of buy and sell, you know? But I actually think like that it is a disgrace Enzo Fernandez is on that banner. It's a disgrace that they made him captain.
Yeah,
the
that's wild.
BBC have come out reporting that Kick It Out have gone to FIFA, I think it is, or UEFA.
They do. I mean, he's a proven racist at the end of the day. He shouldn't be promoting anything to do with his club, let alone getting the armband.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So,
and he's lazy and shit as well.
Yeah, he's like,
he is.
But
And
this
is it just me or has he put on weight?
Yeah,
I think he's having too many in teas. In teas.
I don't know what it is.
Water retention.
But he looks
It's
kind
all
of
them
bold.
glazed donuts at half time, isn't it?
Yeah. They probably have to get in there with a dope sample and do what they're doing to Mudryk.
Yeah, because
he's probably on something to beef up.
Did you notice before the last game he played with Mudryk, right? Mudryk, obviously, we know what the situation with Mudryk, right?
Yeah, performance enhanced drugs don't fucking make him perform.
But did you see when he scored? He did the slide thing and he put his fingers in a phone call position, like, "Bro, I'll call your dealer." Did you see it?
Yeah, you're right. You know, yeah, you're right. And do you know what? Do you know what? Would it be a coincidence, right? Yeah, check this one out. Would it be a coincidence, right, that the ownership? He's got the same trainer as Mudryk, right? I'm just I'm putting hypotheticals, yeah. But let's say, right, they know he's going to fail the drug test as well, right? Tell you saying, "Oh, hook me up, yeah," right, with the celebration.
What, you think Enzo's going to snitch on the dealer?
No, I think that the ownership have allowed this reoccurrence of has he been dealt with regarding the racism come up, because that's come out of the blue and they kept that quiet for a long time, even when it was hot. How come it's all of a sudden just popped up, bruv? Is there something happening behind the scenes? It could be. I'm not
always.
You know,
No, there's always something happening behind the scenes. We don't get to hear it.
But listen, Fernandez, yeah, he changed his agent towards the end of the last season.
Did he?
Yeah. And his missus.
And his missus, yeah. He says, I want to go out in the market. I love OnlyFans. Jackson recommended me.
To be fair, it is the transfer window.
Nah, Carly's probably tapping up his missus.
Yeah. Fucking hell. He's probably auctioning her, bruv.
Yeah.
You know.
Go once, going twice.
Yeah, going to Clown Lake Island, bruv. Listen, Fernandez is nowhere near going to stay, bruv. He's gone. I'll be shocked if Jackson and Fernandez will be at our club next season.
You know what's crazy as well, yeah? I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Since these guys have taken over, they love an injury-prone player. That's why we're linked to Adeyemi from fucking Dortmund.
It's no surprise. Let's face it.
But they give them the armband as well.
Yeah, but do you know why they want injured players? Do you know why? Do you know the reason why they're going for these players?
Go for it.
Because I think, like, obviously some that ain't, but they go for them because I think they get a cut deal on them because they're damaged goods. But they think they can take it to the old, remedy and get them fixed up, scrubbed up, shiny.
Remedy, ain't it the celebrity?
Yeah, celebrity firm, yeah, and actually get them back to fitness to then resell them for more money.
I mean, that injury list is suddenly back to big again, and we're doubting like all of the big players versus Wolves, and they're probably going to use that as an excuse if we get our asses handed to us by them.
And I think the worst one is, I mean, I really like LAVIA when he's actually played, but
he's a decent player.
Right,
yeah, he's a good player.
Did you see what he was wearing under his shorts on Tuesday? Like
we don't look that close, bruv.
no, but like fucking black metal fucking stomach keeping his legs get moving.
I thought you were going to say he's got a fucking dong on him or something.
He's wearing a strap
Is he
on.
wearing a strap on? Is he wearing a strap on, Tiz?
Yeah, King Dong.
He's probably wearing it for half time, bro.
Yeah, he's going to lay that lead pipe down, bro.
Didn't he heard that Ed Barley was going in the dressing room at half time, so I had a
I bet he was.
chastity pants on.
Fucking bring out the gimp. You know what I mean?
It was. That you have a look. He fucking had a full on gimp suit on underneath.
Leather ties.
Maybe that's why he's not featuring against Wolves, bro. You know what I mean?
He's injured again, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
injured again.
How?
He is.
That's he fucking.
Yeah, he is, mate. I mean, he's changing his name fucking from LAVIA to LAVIA.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, I really want him to
Romeo.
come good. I like him.
Romeo, we're out there, Romeo. We're out there, Romeo. Oh fuck.
Does anybody actually know what his injuries are? Because he was out all last season and never said what it was.
It's lollipops.
Yeah.
But that's them all over, though. They say the same thing. You know, suddenly, he's got a little bit of a knock. He's being assessed. 6 months later, he comes back.
Yeah, but who's knocking him?
Well, Ep1. By the sounds
we should.
of it.
Yeah. At this rate, we should be sponsored by cheese strings. You know what I mean?
We should be sponsored by eHarmony, bro.
Fucking. Fucking hell, bruv. OnlyFans, man. Brazzers, whatever, man.
No, but for real though, where's the front of shirt? The front of shirt sponsor.
That's on pause. If
Yeah.
we don't get Europe, we ain't getting no front of shirt sponsor. That's just bollocks.
But going back to LAVIA, he's actually the missing piece.
He is.
He's the
I
one.
rate him. I rate him.
He's the one. He's the one that Enzo Maresca needs the most out of everyone. Like,
yeah,
he that player in particular allows Enzo Maresca to tinkle and keep and rotate, but the core and the balance is there for him to do it. Without LAVIA, he's fucked, and he knows it. So when he plays Enzo Fernandez and Casado in the middle, he knows. He said it. There's no balance. He can't say that, but he has to play Enzo Fernandez. And if you notice, when he plays LAVIA, he had to play Fernandez that game. If he was fucking in charge, I would have dropped Enzo Fernandez and had Casado next to LAVIA instead. That's what I would have done. And have them close together so that LAVIA is less risk of him getting an injury or getting a knock. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be real. We would have all kept Gallagher over Fernandez any day.
Yeah, he was better than. Yeah.
Imagine that little diamond shape then with LAVIA at the back, and then you've got Caicedo and Gallagher. You're covered.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you can't hype any players on social media because as soon as you start to do that, yeah, exactly. As soon as you start to do that, remember everyone was hyping what's that Brazilian kid's name? The winger, Angelo.
Oh, Gabriel.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him.
Yeah.
They got rid of him. Andre Santos, I didn't think he should have been sent to Strasbourg anyway, to be fair.
Nah.
I think they should have developed him at our club. Because when you got someone like LAVIA who's always injured, that's his replacement.
There's no room. I mean, we've got such good players in our academy. I mean, the other day, the academy in one of the cups, they won 7-1. And then the under-21s won away today 4-2. They're still showing the mentality, but they're not getting a sniff coming into the first team. Enzo has only brought through a couple of people from the academy now because we're short of actual numbers in certain positions, and he had to because the club have overspent. They can't afford to buy anyone. It's just mad. They're just selling us down the river, and there's too many pussies in the fan base that need to have a
Facts.
look down inside their briefs and see that they've got a dick and start fucking showing that they're men.
Yeah, it's like My Girl, that movie with the leeches.
Exactly. It's just like it's just mad. People need to sort of like stand up. I mean, I've seen this club go through everything, and I've not seen it as bad now as since the 70s. It's absolute shit. And the fan base is wimps. The only real ones are at away games mainly, with a good sprinkling at home games, or are here now in the Minerals chat. Everyone else is a limp dick.
Facts.
That is that.
That's facts.
Listen to this. Understand as of today, NKUNKU does not push to leave. NKUNKU will leave if he is told to, but he's more happy to stay if nothing is agreed. That's on Maxi Pies and Mash's private account. They love sneaking their private account. All right.
Yeah.
But the reality is, NKUNKU's got no say, irrespective. Deep
not.
down,
No one has.
He's gone. He's gone. They just can't sell him. Bayern Munich have come out public to say we're not paying what you want. Either you do it on our terms and we'll buy him, or we're not gonna pay what you want. And there's no other suitors right now. They're doing it to every player. That's why they're saying, "Oh, Viegas would prefer a loan." They can't fucking sell him. No one wants to buy him because they ain't seen enough of him, so they're happy to take a loan. But these lot don't want a loan because they're trying to sell players to go out and buy this one player, which they're probably looking to try and get a Gyökeres, for example, someone like that. That's what they're trying to get. The reality is, are you going to have to even draw a Gyökeres to Chelsea right now?
No player with sense will come to us with the way things are. They simply won't.
The wages.
I mean, Christ, was it Haaland's now gone up to 500k a week?
Yeah, that's serious intent, isn't it?
Yeah, and they were expecting us to land Osman for 150. Like, fucking have a day off.
How can you not sign Osimhen? How can you not fucking
when he was gift wrapped up for them?
Yeah.
Who
do you, Sizzler? Who's your preferred striker, mate?
For me personally, I like Osman's style, but I also like Gyökeres. I just liked his dirty attitude. He reminded me a bit more of a Costa. But I would have taken either. I weren't fussed about that. For me, there was no one else really out there on the market. And Osman was there, prepped. He was tied up in a bow. He was there, full kit wanker, ready to come on. And what did they do? They disrespected him. And now they'd be lucky if he even fucking still supports Chelsea.
I'm with Cursor a bit. I can't believe how Jackson's played the last 5 games where he hasn't scored, and we've got NKUNKU on the bench, and NKUNKU gets 10 minutes here and there in the Prem and looks shit. I think he needs to start. I think he needs to have a 2 or 3 game run, and then we can judge him, because let's not face it, this time last year when he'd been out, he was the great hope of Chelsea, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wait till he comes back.
And Sizzler, do you know what the worst thing about it is? I think when we played, what team was it? Was it Ipswich? They had the audacity to show fucking, what's my man's name? What's his name? The musician.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. He was the reason he got injured in pre-season.
Yeah.
He had that concert and fucked up the grass.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's in terms of strikers around the world, none of them are particularly proven, and the money it's going to take to draw them away from whatever club they're at, it's a big risk when we've got somebody who 2 years ago we thought was going to be top class. Like you say, Johnny scored a hat-trick in the Champions League. Give him a go. Give him a go up front
against City.
So and then at least we can judge him and say he's not right for the Prem. But I'd actually drop Jackson. I think he needs to grow a pair. I think Cole Palmer, when he's having a quiet game, get Felix on after 60 minutes, 65.
Exactly.
Yeah. We've got 3 or 4 really top players, and he brings them on 82 minutes. And
this is why, Sizzler, right? People when you bring these players in, like Felix and NKUNKU, for example, you can't just bring them on for 15 minutes and then when you decide to start them in the game, because the reality is, and it's facts, and the manager will know it, these players haven't built any chemistry when he makes 5 changes. There's no chemistry. The match sharpness ain't there for Premier League level. There's no consistency. There's no momentum of games that they've played for them to get into form. So essentially, these players are like cold all the time. They don't even get warm, bruv. They're not even lukewarm, you know? That's why Palmer, Casado, they play every game because they're match fit. They're on it. They got momentum. Even Neto, bruv, he's not on it. Sancho,
yeah, do you know what?
cold.
Neto, Johnny, is a huge disappointment. He's got pace and everything, don't get me wrong, but you could say the same about Mudryk. He had pace too.
Yeah, but they got
Do you know what I mean?
they got no there's no understanding in the front line.
Yeah,
and
it's just
no one from Neto to cross into, bruv.
For me, if you're going to play Neto...
Actually, sorry, before you say what you say, does everyone remember under Pochettino, the reason we sold Maatsen and Hall is because they wanted more height. Pochettino wanted more height in the squad.
Yeah.
And we still ain't got any height in this squad. Like, we've scored 4 players to score headers. That's Enzo, Jackson. Who was the other one? Who's the other 2? Disarcy. And
has Tosin scored?
Yeah, Tosin.
Cucurella. No, Cucurella.
Yeah.
No, headers.
Oh, headers. Yeah,
Cucurella's short as fuck.
4 headers have been scored all season. All right? That is low. That is low.
The only height we've got now is crap defence. And that is it. You think you've got Badia Shield, haven't you? You've got Disasi and you've got Tosin, which are all like 6'5" and above. But that's the only height we have got. We've not brought quality because all 3 of them are suspect. This is why they've had to suck eggs to get Chalobah back.
Yeah, and also you're right. I think with Neto is he performed really well at a club that it plays on the break, and when it comes to playing against a low block and teams that just sit in, he can't beat his man. He has been disappointing to me.
Facts, Sizzler. Do you know what? It's the same thing with. Do you remember Cucurella's first season?
Yeah, he was dog shit, wasn't he?
He was dog shit. But at Brighton, he looked amazing. Yeah. It's because of the quality of that shitty team.
It's the quality of the team he's playing in.
Yeah, exactly. So when you're around ballers, it's hard to fit in.
That's what I was saying with Cole Palmer. If you stuck him in City, if you stuck him at Real Madrid, he's got so many other players that are fucking like, you got Vinicius Junior,
elite quality. I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen there's a little decline in Tchouaméni? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
He's starting to decline a bit.
Yeah, because he's not at that level. He's not at a Mudryk, Tony Kroos,
and that's who you have to put on. You have to put a Mudryk. You have to put a Mudryk on to show the levels.
And in training.
Yeah.
It's just come out by Fabrizio Romano, Brown Envelope. He says Frankfurt confirmed they're currently in talks with another club regarding transfer of Omar Marmoush. The player is not part of the squad today as he's due to join Man City. Deal done as reported yesterday. But he's in talks with another club. This is what Fabrizio Romano does, because Chelsea supporters think, oh, we're going to jump in. This is what Fabrizio does in order to what? Get Manchester City to pay out more money to Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Not being funny, but
get extra traffic on his own channel.
Yeah, of course.
We're halfway through the transfer window, and what have we really done? Just brought Chalobah back, and that's it.
Yeah, we're a selling club at the moment. We need to get money in. So I wouldn't be surprised if we sign nobody at all, unless they're on a free, but we get rid of about 6 players.
Yeah. And then
some of them could be key.
And there's melts on Twitter thinking we're going to buy that bloke from Napoli. I mean, what planet?
There's people thinking we're going to buy Isak.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh man, but those are the 2. You see those
they
2
had their chance with Isak.
They are deluded, aren't they?
Yeah, of course they are. But Isak and Kvara, fucking hell, they're top signings, bruv.
Absolutely.
We
They're the
bottled
signings
that
you should be
Napoli
looking
signing.
at
We
up
should have
front.
got him. We should have got him 100%.
And they're like Isak's proven in the Prem, which is perfect for a striker. You don't need no sort of settling down. And Kvara is just a baller, and he's a Swiss Army knife. He can play left, right, number 10. What's going to happen when Pires and they promised Pires, yeah, that he's going to come straight into the first team, and Willian. Remember the PR, yeah?
Yeah, I bet it won't.
They won't. They're looking to loan Pires to Strasbourg, and Willian's saying, "Oh, I play as a number 10, but because of my physique, you know, I get hacked down a lot, so I'm on the wing now." Yeah, when he really wants to play number 10. Well, that's Cole Palmer's position at the minute. So you telling me Willian's going to just be all right in the Premier League, like with the frame he's got?
But how happy is Cole Palmer going to be if we don't make Europe?
He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's not going to wait another season.
Come the summertime, everybody in a Chelsea shirt has a Vassal sign hanging around their neck.
For me, Palmer looks like he's pissed off. I called out NKUNKU's body language ages ago, and I can see every time Palmer lays it on a plate for Jackson, and he doesn't divert. You know what I'm talking about, Johnny?
I saw his reaction against what was it?
It was a recent game.
Was it against Bournemouth? No, it wasn't Bournemouth. I think it was Ipswich. It was the Ipswich game. He played the ball on a plate for him, and you see him after just go fucking like that.
Yeah.
You just see his look was like, you know, remember, was it this season or last season? And everyone was fucking having a row with the players and that, and he was just sitting on the pitch.
Oh, yeah. By the corner flag.
He was in the middle of the pitch. He was just sitting like, and all the rap, everyone was having a riffraff. What game was it? And he was. That tells you where he is. He's on a different level, bruv.
Yeah,
he's not. He doesn't get involved in that nonsense. He's a football man. He loves.
Yeah, that's all he cares about.
You know, he's what you should be like. All these players they buy should be like Cole Palmer.
Literally, he's a fucking role model at Chelsea.
He's a role model, bruv. He wears a Nike fucking tech tracksuit, right, with fucking Uggs to training, all right? And these lot are coming in all fucking spruced up like they're going on London Fashion Week.
Yeah,
you know?
Louis Vuitton merchants.
Louis Vuitton, handbags, fucking high heels, fucking earrings.
Bunch of wrong ones.
You know, bunch of wrong ones, bruv, you know, doing gun signs and all this shit. You know, Cole Palmer's not that guy, bruv. You know, Cole Palmer, he wants to. He's like a bit of Wayne. I see him like a Wayne Rooney, except minus the old fucking game with the old grannies and that. But,
oh, you mean T-Strain ahead?
He's after. Well, I mean, listen. I know we're called the pensioners, yeah, but not in this era.
You don't like blue waffle. Put it that way.
Oh man.
So listen, it's a shambles, isn't it? Let's have it right. It's a shambles at Chels.
Statement of the year, bruv.
Yeah,
but I also feel like we're the trendsetters, and I feel like this is what's to come for everybody else. We just basically set the trend.
No, you're right, Kurt. We set the trend with how the Premier League turned out. We set the trend in terms of managers and owners. Yes. Everyone follows our model, including City. I remember when he first came into City, he used us as the role model that he wants City to play like. Now they've done it, and we've gone backwards.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny as well is everyone's like looking at us and the way we're doing things, right? But have you not know? Well, it's clear as day. The declining levels in the Premier League right now. And I was watching Arsenal Spurs, and the quality was so poor, even from Arsenal, who meant to be in a title race. Such poor level quality football. Like you look at how football used to be 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
I'll blame it on the owners, bruv.
I know, but it's also the fact that we've got 10 American owners in the Premier League.
Exactly.
We've got Arsenal. We've got Arsenal who've been this trust the process PR melts. Yeah. for fucking years on end, even under the
How,
special.
how have they allowed Lego to be there for so long?
But the thing is, right, because they're competing, so to speak, when they're deluded minds, and they're in Champions League, that's all they want and all they need to keep everyone on board.
It's infiltration.
And our Premier League has been infiltrated by America. Like,
Yeah,
it's
You're
crazy.
they
in the
followed
way
the money
that-
trail.
The way that you're right in terms of trendsetters, because this lot have come in now, and then the new United owners have come in. They're doing fuck all. They're selling anybody they can, any young talent. And you're right, more and more clubs will realise the ownership that it's not really about winning and competing. It's just about being in the big circus to fleece.
100%.
Essentially, I think what Steve was saying a good while back, where essentially what our ownership are doing and is filtering out to a lot of other clubs is they're just using the tradition and the name of the club,
The heritage, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
to literally make as much money as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're abusing the name and the goodwill of every Chelsea supporter worldwide.
Facts. It's what we've been saying for what, 2 years?
And essentially, what's happening is 100 years of brand that the club has generated.
Yeah.
That's what they've bought. That's what they've paid £2.5 million for.
Correct.
Million
Facts.
quid.
As well.
Just
Facts.
that. So now they can use that and fucking squeeze it until there's nothing left. And once that gravy train's gone, they'll toss it to a side and they'll move on to the next thing.
And
We're not far off that now.
I know, because they've taken our 2 hotels, car park, Cobham training ground, all the assets. They sold the women's team, all not owned under Blue Co. that owns Chelsea Football Club, under their properties, Blue Co. 22 Properties Limited, all right, which is a completely separate entity in itself as a business. They are literally bleeding our club dry. Our academy's been fucking absolutely decimated, and it's pure profit. So,
and I think the worst thing is maybe that something you've touched on in the past, that they are so ingrained into all of those elements of the overall club that even if we did sell them, they would still, if they did sell the club, they'd still be involved in some way, shape, or form. That they're going to have their tentacles throughout the whole organisation of Chelsea. So they might sell the bit like the Glazers. They're still there, aren't they? But they've just took a back seat and they've let this new lot come in. So I think
they'll take the fall. These new owners will either take the fall or make more money for them. Either way, they win, the Glazers. But I put out a point, and I would like to see what you think. But the Glazers do want to sell the club, right? They've sold a 17% share to Ineos and Ratcliffe, yeah. But I don't see any real intent from Ratcliffe and Ineos at this moment in time. Apart from they bought the manager, that's their new shiny toy. But are they going to really back him going to market? And if they sell a Maino, which I doubt they will, but if they sell Garnacho, they get rid of Rashford, they're getting rid of pure profit players, right? They're going down the route, like we say, we've set a trend. Do you not think that a rich owner is going to come in and put a bid of 10 billion and Ineos are going to have a 17% of that off the Glazers share? That they're all just in it to just flip a quick buck, so to speak. Like these, because he's a 17%. He doesn't own fuck all, really, in reality, of Man United.
No, nothing.
Right? And if you look at Bowley's similar to Ratcliffe in with the Clear Lake ownership and the consortium. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I think personally they're waiting to do the new stadium and do what Spurs are doing and rinse out all of the profits from that, which is pretty much what Ratcliffe's being a bit quiet at the moment because he knows what's coming with a stadium and the millions that that's going to generate.
Yeah. And someone mentioned Super League as well. Also, Alpha mentioned about NFL tickets have gone up to $600 a ticket.
Yeah. the thing is, they could see what was going on in the UK. The Premier League was like the most elite league out there, and the amount of money that was involved in it. And the Americans eventually decided, you know what, we want a piece of that. And now we got 10 of the fuckers.
And also,
14, it'll be 14, won't it? They're worried about it once they get 14, because Premier League voting rights, it's on a majority. As soon as you get 14 American owners, they can basically they can then, their collective viewpoint can shape the whole of the Premier League.
Yeah,
fucking hell.
And then suddenly the Premier League becomes the Super League. Nobody gets relegated, and then all of the teams just reset and go again each season.
Yeah, and that's a great point. That's fucking Minnell's landing here, because I swear 2 clubs from the Championship, I swear Tom mentioned it, if they get promoted, that will move up to 12.
And are Everton American? Are they the new owners?
I thought they were.
Yes, I think what they were saying is we're close to getting 13, 14 in, because Leeds aren't they?
Yeah, so if they get promoted, that's another one. Yeah.
So maybe Burnley as well. Actually,
I'm being real. Yeah, I'm going to say it as it is right now, like we always do. When I on my channel, right, it's about saying it as it is, and right now, this movement is about saving football as well. What we are doing on the channel and what we are exposing is for our football club, but it's also for football in itself, the whole league, because we have to act together. Like every club, every supporter has to come together to fight against this. Otherwise, forget football. You might as well just play in your Sunday league or whatever. It's going to be finished.
But you know what though, Johnny's saying that, yeah, Strasbourg's been doing the most, and what's happened since?
Because they're not big enough. They're not vocally. They've got a great firm in it, Steve.
I went out to Strasbourg, and I've actually been in the company of
I've
their
seen
ultras.
Steve's tweets talking about Strasbourg.
Yeah, and their issues with Clear Lake are slightly different to ours. They're totally realistic. They know that they was a mediocre side in France. They were not expecting miracles. But what Clear Lake did, they went in and they totally cleared out the club exactly the same way as they done at Chelsea. And they've installed the mentality, obviously, of all of the youth.
These owners are poison.
Yeah, they are.
Literally poison.
Yeah, but they are worse than COVID. Literally, they are a virus.
Literally.
They're worse than cancer. They're worse than cancer, bruv.
They literally, they've got no morals. They are ruthless.
Pick up Mel Gibson, by the way. Sorry.
Because, as I say, they're following the money trail. If you follow the money trail, you think, do you know what? They're good businessmen. You flip it on its head and you look at what they're doing in terms of football for us, for Strasbourg, for the staff, because they treat all staff as if they're 0 hours contract. They can and drop them whenever they want. And they don't give a toss who they are and how long they've been there. Hence why every bit of Roman's winning mentality is
out the window. It's gone.
None left.
I think, we spoke about this backstage, Steve. So, like, it's serious.
It is. It's coming to a head.
It's coming to a head, and it needs to, because it could be a case of like a whole European thing as well. Like the thing is,
Johnny, you say it's coming to a head. That's what they're trying to beachhead.
Well,
the thing is, do you remember when the Super League came out?
Beachhead it.
When the Super League came out, there was teams at the same time that were protesting from the fan side of point of view. You know, like your Arsenals and all that. Whether we love or hate Arsenal, that's irrelevant. But their fans were coming out in opposition to the Super League. What it does need, it needs a multi-club unity to protest it the way, not only how the Premier League is heading, is how the owners are treating its fans and its loyal followers.
We need to beachhead and streamline with the multi-club fan bases. We need to create our own. We need to create our own multi-club of a streamline to protest against this model that is destroying football and destroying footballers.
Fact.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this is it. This is the Minerals landing. This is what needs to happen. And my platform's fucking well up for it, bruv. You know what I mean? So until that happens, and it's gonna come, bruv. It's gonna come. But we need to fight back against them with their own, because let's have it right. If remember the Clown Lake stickers?
Yeah.
Do you remember the effect that the amount of media,
it made the
newspapers, fucking Talk Sport, everywhere. People,
Joe Nagy.
Yeah. So imagine what protest. This is why I was saying protests need to happen. Like when the protest happens, and if it's multi clubs, the media are going to feast, bruv. Feast. And no owner wants bad publicity in that large scale, where it's uncontrollable for the PR to be able to have any effect on it, because it won't. The PR will always work against them, no matter how many brand envelopes they fly about. So have it right.
What two clubs would you say in the Premiership have suffered the most under the new football model and where we are in the league?
Man United.
Yep.
And us.
Exactly.
And us.
We play each other at the end of the season, and I'm sure Man United fans are not happy to be in the position they're in. If we finish outside Europe and there's a very slim chance of landing Conference League, getting to the final, a lot of people are going, don't worry, we'll win the Conference League, then we'll get into Europa. I'm sorry, for me, I don't think we're good enough to win the Conference League, and that's a shit cup, let's face it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So that's a failure.
Steve, I think that we're going to have one of them games where we go away to somebody like fucking Betis or Copenhagen.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't even know who plays for their team.
We'll get fucking. We'll get 3-1 beaten 3-1 or something like that, and then we'll struggle down the bridge and we'll go out.
Geezer. We
lost against the fucking napkin after all. You know what I mean? Fucking Servette.
Yeah. So, and they got a shirt sponsor. They got a shirt sponsor as well. Listen, you haven't even taken into consideration, right? Even for the Wolves game, we've got no Lavia, we've got no Enzo Fernandez potentially, no Cole Palmer, no Colwell, right? Now, have that in your mind. For the Conference League, if they get rid of Wedding Hall, Cassidy, NKUNKU, Felix, Mudrik's not there. Who the fuck is playing in the Conference League, bruv?
Exactly.
Some fan.
What, the owner's going to get boots on and socks? I bet they get their knee socks up. They're going to get the boots on.
Barney's going to be playing left wing.
Yeah, left wing, bruv. He's going to lose his hair like Iron Robin, bruv, because he's so fucking nippy down the wing, isn't he?
Nick Barley's just going to stand in goal with his cock out.
With the 2 stars.
That's the one.
I put the 2 stars on it. Yeah. Roman's 2 stars, that is. Yeah. You fucking Siri merchant.
Oh, man.
He'll probably be playing on the pitch with a Birkin pack. You know?
Yeah,
exactly that, bro.
He saved the goal in the fucking bag, bro.
He'll be handing the ref on the pitch brown envelopes, mate, just to fucking make sure we don't lose.
Yeah, down the post office, stocking up on his fucking envelopes to hand them out.
He's probably better with the ball at his feet than fucking Sanchez, though. Let's face
it. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, but he's got clown boots on, isn't he? Clown feet.
Yeah, McDonald's. Ronald.
That's it. That's
Ronald McDonald, bruv.
Ronald fucking
PR Happy Meals.
Yeah.
Get your PR Happy Meals. Big tasty by Matt Law.
If we don't fucking hell, if you look at what could happen this season from a negative point of view, we could fucking end up out of Europe and go out the Conference 2 Bob Cup. Oh my!
Is it negative, Sizzler, or is it just being a realist?
I think it's being realistic.
Yeah.
But that is.
Do you think? Because Enzo Maresca went with Leicester, he almost bottled a 17-point lead. He had experience in his squad. Vardy had to arrange a team meeting, not the gaffer, to try and pull him out of that losing streak. But he hasn't got that experience to fall back on with Chelsea right now. And players are not happy as well. There's not unity. There's players going in and out, all right? Like Sloshpot and Lily Phillips, you know what I'm saying? Yeah? Well, where's he going to galvanise and create that winning mentality back into this squad? Do you think we're on a spiral? Now we've got injuries coming up and of our most important players. Casado's on his way. I mean, he's fucking running the ground.
Having just played 5 shit teams and not got 3 points, we've got some really tough fixtures coming up. We've got to have, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? We've had a real after Wolves. We've got a tough run, haven't we? We've got Brighton. We've got City.
We've got City, yeah, away.
I know I'm going to that. Fuck's sake, man.
Sis, you know what? Yeah, I think City could be really bad. You know that. Harlot's just signed his new deal. You know, they're making these signings. Pep split up with his missus, so he's free as a bird, bruv. You know, it's birds of a feather now in Manchester City. You know, he's going to be smashing left, right, and centre.
They have turned their fortunes around. They're coming up strong. Even Villa are doing the same. And before long, we only need to lose one more game, and Villa and City win. We're in 7th position, and that's where we're staying.
Well, I think we're good. We can be 7th by Monday night, apparently.
No surprise.
And Newcastle have gained an 11-point. We have had an 11-point gap with Newcastle, and now they're 1 point above us. Is criminal, man.
You know what? Do you know what's crazy? Yeah, is that I'm sure these owners must watch the game of football. They must watch it, right?
No, they don't.
And they know who brings an income if you're going to sell a player. They keep buying wingers. Where is your striker, bruv? Honestly, do you not see what fucking Isak is doing at Newcastle?
Yeah, but Curse, you know, you got to think they know what needs to be done. Hence why there was all the chat and the last day going for Osman, because they knew they needed him and there was a chance of landing him. But to then suddenly go from him to fucking Delap, that just shows you.
Yeah, the Delap thing is mad because when we played against Ipswich, he was running the laps around our defenders.
Yeah, and do you know what's funny? That was the first time they won. The first time they won a home game, being in the Premier League for 22 years. Fulham beat us for the first time at the Bridge for 45 years.
45, yeah.
But Ipswich they're not in good form, mate, and they beat us 2-0. I mean, that for me is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
It was a disgrace, man.
Do you know another thing I've noticed as well? I go by body language, yeah. Do you know another thing I've noticed as well? When it comes to Maresca, there's times when he's playing the game and he's standing on the sideline, he's not moving around or nothing. He's lost there.
He's lost faith.
Yeah. Before the start of the season, he was doing the most, hands moving around and clapping and doing the most. But he's not doing it no more.
Because he knows the supporters are not on side at the moment.
Heads are dropped.
Listen.
They're calling out.
If I'm a gaffer,
no
I don't
plan
give a fuck about no
B
supporters. I'm doing what I need to do. That's what I'm paid for. What did he say before? No. I'm here to do my job. I'm not involved in the transfers and blah, 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 and whatever he said.
Yeah, well, that tells you, I'm a yes man anyway.
100%. But then at least do your job then.
But he's been told how to do his job. He's just a pawn, isn't he? He knows he can't do his job now. I think he's realised being here now. Yeah, I think he was fobbed off as well when they signed him, like they did with Poch and Potter. We're going to listen to you. We're going to back you. That's why they signed Wedding Hall.
We might have just signed people on 6-month contracts.
Well, I just believe that they signed him to make it out like, look, if that's your guy, you're telling me Enzo won't play Drewsbury Wedding Hall? Like
Yeah,
he played him
that's
all last
he's
season.
trash. Don't get me wrong, but that's his boy.
No, but you can see what type of player he is in the system that he wants to play. You can see that. He can see he's like got that Harry Winks about him in it, like a bit of a tempo, keep the possession, not bad technical ability. I'm not saying he's Chelsea level, but what I'm saying to you is he's a profile player. And you should have Cole Palmer on the right. You should have Cole Palmer on the right.
100%, Johnny.
And if you're not going to use Wedding Hall, who can give defensive work rate, then play Felix. But Felix don't give you the defensive work rate. He can't afford to play Felix because he knows with Enzo and Casado, we're fucking open as wide as slosh pot.
Yeah.
He knows it.
And that's
so
why
he is
Enzo,
doing.
That's why Enzo's the problem, isn't he?
He is, I swear, he is the main issue. You know, when we lost Lavia, because he was getting benched, right? I said to my mate, I said to him straight away, I said, you watch, he's gonna throw Enzo Fernandez in there, all right? And we're gonna go on a fucking bad run. And what's happened? And when Poch didn't play him and put Gallagher with Casado, look at the run we went on. He's the problem. Yeah. But he's a £105 million asset to them. He's the captain. He's a World Cup winner. That's what it's all about, branding.
Yeah,
bring in the Argentinian fan base.
Yeah, that's what it is. Gallagher was an absolute engine. He was running around. Now, Fernandez is lazy. And because he's lazy, he's making Caicedo do the work of two players. So he is wearing him out. And the only time he gets a break.
It's strange with the fact I go back to the last, we played shit in the last 5 games. Why wouldn't you try and utilise your squad and bring in somebody in midfield, drop Enzo for a game or two and bring Dewsbury?
This is his stubborn nature, though, and it's Sizzler. You know what I mean? He didn't make a change.
He did. Again, he's a bit like NKUNKU in the fact that we can't really judge him because he's not played enough to whether we know he's shit or not. Giving him 2 minutes.
Hardly any of them have. Hardly any of them. Salute to Dougie, by the way. Big up, Dougie. None of them are getting a run of games. None of them. None of them are getting a run of games. Like the players that we want to see in this team, are not getting a run of games. But there's a reason because they're all going to be shipped out. If you not noticed, like the Felixes, NKUNKUs, they're not being played for a reason. You're playing these players who used Champions League in a Conference League against Barrow and Servette. Let's deep it for a second. Let's realise what's happening here. These are professional footballers that have played at Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. They've played in Bundesliga. They've won trophies, and you're playing them in a fucking Conference League against Barrow and Servette. And you expect these players to be all happy-go-lucky, all smiles in training, and seeing stinker performances from certain players, and a manager that's not even giving them a sniff. Like Mudueke got dropped. Oh, he was a technical issue. He was shocking in training, and then all of a sudden he's playing the next game because he's had world-class training. Make it make sense.
And that's you're spot on, and that is why they're buying youth from abroad who don't know nothing about European football.
Or that they know the name Chelsea, which is what's attracting them. And when they get here, they think, hang on, that ain't
clout.
I mean, we've got better in the academy and we've sent them out on loan than what we've bought in. I mean, your likes of Vale, he's out at the moment and they're touting him for sale. You've got Ronnie Stutter. He's a great little striker. And we've got a couple of lads in the academy at the moment which are banging goals in for fun. But they're not getting a sniff of the games.
No.
It's just madness.
Big up with Brian. He says, customers always right, you clown like bozos. Says, no gaffer will trust these Teletubby squads. And big up with Tom. He says, you are my people, no surrender. Facts.
Facts, Tom. Facts.
Big up, Tom. Big up, Tom. Big up to everyone in here. Listen, guys, cracking stream. Big up to all the chat. We've done about 2 hours on here.
Yeah. We need to do it again, bruv. We got plenty more. We ain't even touched on the surface.
I know. So we're going to be doing plenty more sit downs, and I want everyone who show your support as you always do. Put all your comments down below, and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. There is serious facts and minerals and everything landed on this stream. It was fantastic. So big up to you, Stevie G. Big up to you, Curse, Sizzler, Ultras, bruv. And we will see you on the next one. So have it right. You know what I'm saying? Big up.
No surrender.
Yeah, cheers, Johnny. Cheers, Curse. Cheers, Steve.
Come on, big up.
Pleasure, Sizzler. Pleasure, Curse. Johnny, as always, bruv.
Love. No surrender. Up the Chels.